And now to our commentary. The president gave his State of the Union address on Tuesday. So we asked our commentators, did President Obama say what Americans need to hear?
Straight talk from the right and from the left.
Tuesday evening, in his State of the Union speech, President Obama told us something that's wildly obvious, but that we'd often just as soon ignore. It's a big world out there. In fact, it's a world full of rapidly growing economic powers investing heavily in education and infrastructure. And if we want to compete with them, we need to spend in those areas too. As Obama pointed out, China, India, South Korea are using those strategies to become world economic superstars, not to mention take our jobs. As Obama explained, at stake is whether new jobs and industries take root in this country or somewhere else. It's the easiest and simplest thing to tell ourselves there's nothing in the world except us and our debt, and all we need to do is cut spending. After all, we are the greatest nation in the history of the world, so how can China's clean energy or South Korea's engineering universities compete with us? Even when it's clear they can not only compete, they can win. What the president was telling us was, it's a big world out there, and we don't have the option of getting off.
Now, straight talk from the right.
President Obama spoke to the whole country Tuesday night, but it's hard to imagine who he thought his message would resonate with. Republicans and Democrats know the country is spending far beyond its means, and the president proposes more spending. American innovation has always come from the private sector, despite the best efforts of folks like Obama, who suggest that government is the driver. Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Bill Gates, and Steve Jobs didn't get their startup money or their inspiration from government. God help us if they ever did. Can you imagine Microsoft managed the way the post office has been? President Obama didn't even mention the deficit or the debt until well past the halfway point in his speech, and then only to say he would freeze government at the bloated levels he's taken it to over the past 2 years. His plan to cut $400 billion over 10 years, that's $40 billion a year from a $3.5 trillion budget. That's like a family living on $3,500 a month cutting its budget by $40. And his plan to cut spending after saying we need to spend more is like me saying I'm going on a diet right after I eat this big piece of chocolate cake.